Here we have two lines with arrows on them, which means they are parallel lines. So these two lines with arrows on run in exactly the same direction. When we have a line that goes through the parallel lines, it makes the exact same angles with both of the lines. So this red angle here is exactly the same as this red angle here. And we call them corresponding. So the same angle on the different line is called a corresponding angle. This green angle here and this green angle here are corresponding angles. They are equal. This blue angle here and this blue angle here are corresponding angles. They are equal. And this purple angle here and this purple angle here are also corresponding angles, and they are equal. So we say corresponding angles are equal. And some people say that corresponding angles make an F shape. So you can see the two purple angles are in the inside of this F shape. And the same with any of them. So these two red angles are in the inside of this F shape. So they are corresponding angles. We can also say that opposite angles are equal. So the red angle and the purple angle, they're opposite angles, and they are equal. And the green angle and the blue angle are opposite angles, and they are equal. So these two red ones opposite each other are equal, and the two green ones opposite each other are equal. So opposite angles, or vertically opposite angles, are equal. We also say that alternate angles are equal, and they make a Z shape. So if you've got a Z running along here, the two angles on the inside of the Z, they're both red angles. They are both equal. They are called alternate angles. Alternate angles make a Z shape. So alternate angles are equal. And there's also a set of alternate angles going the other way. So these two green angles on this Z shape are also alternate angles, and they are also equal. Let's clear this off. And other relationships we need to know. So angles on a straight line add up to 180. So every red and green, every single red and green will always add up to 180. They're on a straight line. So angles on a straight line add to 180 degrees. And we can also say that co-interior angles, so co-interior angles also add to make 180 degrees. So co-interior angles are ones you get. So if you travelled along the parallel line, went down the line in between them, and then turned back, because you're going back in exactly the same direction you started in, you're going back in exactly the same direction, that means you've turned 180 degrees. So these two, again a red and a green angle, are going to add to 180, and you can say that's a C shape, and it's the same the other way round. So the two co-interior angles add up to 180. So let's look at some numbers. So let's say we had 110 degrees for one of these angles here. What would the other angles be? So the one opposite it would also be 110. And the one on a straight line from it would have to add up to 180. So 180 take away 110 is 70. So these angles would both be 70. Then the exact same angles would be on the other parallel line. So they'll also be 110 degrees. These two angles are corresponding. That makes them equal. These two angles are corresponding. So the 70 and the 70 here. This 70 is corresponding with this 70. And this 110 is corresponding with this 110. And we can also find alternate angles. So alternate angles or opposite angles or co-interior angles in here as well. Right, let's look at some questions. Here we've got some parallel lines with a line going through them, and we're being asked to find the sides of angle X. Give reasons for your answer. So X is corresponding, it makes an F shape with the 30 degrees. So X is 30 degrees, and that's because corresponding angles are equal. How about angle Y? Well, angle Y is on a straight line with X. So if this is 30 degrees, angles on a straight line add up to 180. So Y must be 150 degrees, because 180 minus 30 is 150. So angles in a straight line add up to 180. So another question. So give this one a go. Find the sides of angle X. Give reasons for your answer. So there's never a right or wrong way of doing this. So we could, probably the easiest way to answer it, the shortest number of steps, is to say that X and 110 are alternate angles. They make a Z shape. So X is 110 degrees because alternate angles are equal. But there's nothing wrong with saying, you could say opposite angles are equal. So this one's 110, and then corresponding angles are equal. Or you could say angles on a straight line add up to 180. So this one's 70. And then co-interior angles add up to 180. So 180 take away 70 is 110. There are lots of different ways of answering these questions. And as long as you give reasons for how you got there, that's okay. And for angle Y is corresponding with 110 degrees. They are corresponding angles. So Y is 110. You could also say it's an opposite angle with X. But I'll put corresponding angles are equal. Okay, another question. Find the sides of angle X. Give reasons for your answer. So angle X and 65 are alternate angles. They make a Z shape. So x is 65 degrees because alternate angles are equal. You could have said that angles on a straight line add up to 180 and co-interior angles are equal, or opposite angles are equal and corresponding angles are equal. There's lots of different combinations, but in one step you can just say that alternate angles are equal. How about angle y? So we can either say it's on a straight line with x, or it's co-interior with this 65. So either way, it's going to be 180 take away 65, which is 115 degrees. And then you can either put angles on a straight line or co-interior angles add to 180 degrees. Okay, one for you to try, so give it a go. So find the sides of angle x. So angle x and 60 are corresponding. You can see they form an F shape. It's the same angle. X is 60. So it's 60 degrees because corresponding angles are equal. Find the sides of angle y. So y is alternate to x or opposite 60. So we can say it's 60 degrees for either of those reasons. So I'll put opposite angles are equal. Here we have another example. We have an isosceles triangle inside parallel lines. We can tell that it's an isosceles triangle because these two lines on the triangle mean that the two sides are equal. So an isosceles triangle has two equal sides, and the other side we call the base. So this is an isosceles triangle, and the red line here is the base of the isosceles triangle. We need to find angle x. We can do that by saying angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So 180 take away 136 is 44 degrees. So this angle is 44 degrees. And the angles at the base of an isosceles triangle are equal. So if this is 44, the other angle at the base is also 44 degrees. And now we can see x and 44 are alternate angles. There's a line that goes through the parallel lines, which is this line. And we can see a Z shape. We've got alternate angles. So x and 44 are alternate angles, which means x is 44 degrees. So give reasons for your answer. There are three different reasons we used here. So we used angles on a straight line, add to make 180 degrees. We used angles at the base of an isosceles triangle are equal. And we used alternate angles are equal. Okay, one for you to try. So give this a go. So you can see we've got two different lines going through the parallel lines. So we have to be careful to only use one at a time to not mix up the two lines. So we need to find x, which is over here. So we can find that using angles in a triangle. So we'll find both of these two angles, and then we can find out what x is using angles in the triangle. So we can say that this angle is opposite to 47, so it's 47 degrees. Opposite angles are equal. And opposite to 105 would be this angle here, so 105 degrees. And then we can look at this line going through the parallel lines and say that we've got corresponding angles. So this green angle will be 105 because corresponding angles are equal. So in our triangle, we've got 105 degrees, 47 degrees. So 105 plus 47. 47 plus 5 is 52. So 152. And then what's left? So 180 take away 152 will be 28 degrees. So x is 28. And that's because angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Okay, to finish up, 2 questions. So pause the video, give them a go, and press play when you're ready for the answers. Question 1, find the sides of angle x. X and 46 here are alternate angles. So x is 46 degrees because alternate angles are equal. If you use a different method, if you said that opposite angles are equal and corresponding angles are equal, or angles in a straight line and corresponding angles, that would be okay. So you could work out that this angle here on a straight line with 46 is 134 degrees, and then use co-interior angles. Or you could have worked out opposite angles and then corresponding angles, or any combination, as long as you give reasons for what you've done, that's okay. Question 2, find the size of angle x. So we've got 53 down here, and 53 is corresponding with this angle here. You can see they make an F shape. We've got a line going through parallel lines, so it makes the same angles. So this is 53 degrees here. Then we've got angles in a triangle, which adds up to 180. So we've got 41 and 53, which makes 94 degrees. We need 180, so 180 minus 94. So what do you have to add on to 94 to get to 180? That's 86 degrees. So x is equal to 86 degrees. And the reasons are because corresponding angles are equal. and angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees.